Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here, continuing the story of the Fellowship of the Ring in this Battle for Middle-earth Age of the Ring mod. In the last episode, we followed the hobbits out of the Shire, and they reached the town of Bree, where they met up with Strider. Pursued by the Nazgul, they are in the wild now and heading towards the watchtower of Weathertop. So here we are at the base of the tower, and Strider tells the hobbits to stay put, and he will go ahead and take a look around. And as you can see, Weathertop has been faithfully reconstructed just as it was in the movie. In the movie, we don't see Strider until he then shows up when the Nazgul are attacking the hobbit.
This blade is of Arnor before its fall. My kin must be close by.
So here we see Strider searching for his kinsman.
My friends, what evil fate has befallen you?
Suddenly, Strider finds himself ambushed by a small host of undead, who are apparently the risen Dunedain. Though he is greatly outnumbered, Strider is a capable fighter, with each swing cleaving through multiple foes, and very quickly he's able to deal with this threat.
This land lies under some dark spell. I must return to the hill.
Meanwhile, Merry, Pippin, and Sam are enjoying some tomatoes and nice crispy bacon by a campfire. An alarmed Frodo tells them to put the fire out, but too late, the Nazgul have arrived. Although I don't think they actually see in the same way as humans do. I don't think putting out the fire would have made any difference.
Move! Quickly!
Strider rushes back to the hill to come to the aid of the hobbits, who are now beset on all sides by the ring wraiths.
They seek the ring bearer. Stay close. Stay back! The ring draws them. Careful!
At this point, Frodo's already been stabbed by the Morgul blade, and Strider has to fend off the Nazgul one by one as they attack.
Keep away from them.
Armed with sword and flaming brand, he drives them away, one after the other. There's Frodo lying prone on the ground. I'm actually amazed by the amount of detail they were able to put on the faces of the characters, though, on such small models. It's pretty incredible.
You are finished!
With the last of the Nazgul driven off, Strider comes to the aid of Frodo, but realizes quickly that he requires elvish medicine. So at this point you have to escape Weathertop, and if you look at the minimap, there's a little glowing signal. It disappears quickly, but you have to head in that direction in order to head into the woods to find some temporary medicine for Frodo, who is losing health over time.
Hurry! Look, Frodo.
They head towards Trollshaw Forest, which is where Bilbo and the dwarves were captured by the three trolls, who were then turned to stone by the sunlight. Here they stop to rest for a bit while Strider instructs Sam to go look for the Athelas, or Kingsfoil plant, which will slow the spreading of the poison. So for the next few minutes you have to search the nearby woods to find 5 bushels of Kingsfoil before you can continue on. But you can use both Sam and Strider to search.
Begone, fell beast!
Strider gets attacked by a lone cave troll, but is able to deal with it without too much trouble. So after gathering all the Kingsfoil, we cut to a new scene. A new character appears, but it's not Arwen. This is Glorfindel, who appeared in the books, and he is actually one of the most powerful elves ever, although he plays just a small role here in the Fellowship of the Ring. Here he lends his horse Asphalloth to Frodo, who rides alone, pursued by the 9 Nazgul. He makes it to the ford of Bruinen near Rivendell, where in a nice transition to the movie scene we see Arwen ride out and face off against the 9.
If you want him, come and claim him.
But this time she's backed up by 3 battalions of elves. The Nazgul beat a hasty retreat, letting their minions do the dirty work, and a small skirmish between orcs and elves begins. Arwen is on her horse, but she does have the ability to dismount. She also has this Light of the Even Star ability, which heals surrounding allies. The elves are superior in combat and make quick work of those orcs.
We must warn Elrond.
Meanwhile, Glorfindel, Strider, and the hobbits are running to Rivendell as fast as they can. Here we get a first look at the base building mechanics of the Battle for Middle-earth 2, where you can build structures freely wherever you have space. In this game, you have resource-producing structures that generate resources automatically, as well as military buildings that train units. Meanwhile, at the ford, the elves have to rebuff increasing numbers of orc reinforcements. In this game, your individual battalions can actually purchase upgrades like heavy armor, which makes them much stronger in combat. These elves also have a special ability, which temporarily increases their damage output. Units also gain experience in battle, becoming stronger as they defeat foes. And once your structures are finished building, you can send elven reinforcements of your own to join the battle at the ford. Resource-producing structures have to be spaced out in order to maximize their efficiency. And here we have the spellbook power, where we can purchase those abilities that can be used anywhere on the map. Glorfindel and company are on their final approach to the ford, but so are massive numbers of orcs. So it's a race to see who will get there first. The elves have regrouped at the ford, and they push forward to meet our heroes as they are being overtaken by the orcs.
The hour of doom is near at hand. I shall lead you.
Hobbits with their short legs are a bit slower, and so then you have to defend them, make sure they don't actually get killed. If any of the heroes die, you have to restart the mission. Glorfindel has a number of powerful abilities. This one grants immediate experience to all units in the vicinity, leveling them up.
I will not falter.
Here a large pack of wargs joins the fray, but it seems they run straight into the spearmen and are all instantly killed. The elves are doing a pretty decent job of holding the line, but decide to beat a retreat back towards the ford, where they will make a final stand.
The hour of doom is near at hand.
So this is the final wave where the enemy sends its full strength. And it's a good idea to save up some of your strongest abilities for the peak of the battle here. There are just massive hordes incoming, and even with all of your heroes and upgraded units, it's not quite enough, just their regular attacks. Arwen has a strong ability which can summon a small flood, causing serious damage to those caught in its way. But Glorfindel has the ultimate ability here. So yeah, a slightly overpowered ability that blasts everyone back in a giant shockwave. It doesn't kill everything caught in the blast, but it stuns them for long enough for your forces to regroup and then cut down the remaining forces. If you use that ability too early, it has such a long cooldown that you won't be able to use it here at the final end, which I learned the hard way.
Flee if you value your life.
With the forces of evil defeated, the Nazgul return, and we can see the final confrontation here between Glorfindel and the Nine. Begone, fell things, hollow things, fall into the void that awaits you and your master.
Brave warriors have slain the forces of evil.
So that is the end of this mission, starting off very small scale with just a couple heroes, but ending with a big climactic battle, and also introducing a little bit of the base building mechanics in this real-time strategy game. It says only took 22 minutes, but that's not including all the times I had to restart because I failed. I produced 100 units, only lost 55, destroyed almost 2,000 enemies. I think that's mostly thanks to our friend Glorfindel, who was almost entirely left out of the movie, so I'm glad they decided to add him to this game. But that's it for this one. In the next mission, we will be continuing the story with the treason of Isengard. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.